Hello everybody, I just wanted to update you as I was looking at your work on a couple of useful tips. As you're working through your oral recordings in particular, you'll notice that at the top of the activity pages there are hyperlinks. There's a little book icon similar to this. If you'll click that, you'll open up to the pages of notes that will help you to complete the activities. So for example, when you were doing the activities on time, if you click the hyperlink, it'll open up to page 24 where you learn that in Spanish we don't do the time past the half hour in the same way that we do time up to the half hour. So if you're saying it is 4:05, you say son las 4:05. It is 4 and 5. But if you are doing it is a quarter to 1, you actually won't say it's 12:45. You'll go to the next hour, it is 1, and say it is quarter till. You don't have the option of going both ways like we do in English. In English, we might say it's 12:45, or we might say it's quarter to 1. In Spanish, there's only one way to say this, and that is es la 1:15. I will say that you could, instead of saying cuarto, you could say menos 15. So instead of it's a quarter till, you could say it's 15 till. But either way, you have to round up to the next hour, 1 o'clock, and say it's 15 until the next hour. Es la menos cuarto. Here it is, you'll see 2. Hopefully you can read a analog clock. It is 2:45. So you're going to say it is 3 minus 15. Son las 3 menos 15. Here it is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes until 8. So you're going to say, instead of it's 7:40, you're going to say it is 8 minus 20. Son las 8 menos 20. And here, of course, it is 5, 10 minutes until 3. So you're going to say son las 3 menos 10. So a little bit different than we do in English, but you can use the textbook pages to help you complete the activities. On top of that, you have this written out on the next page, and you had a tutorial, so make sure you don't just click through the tutorials, but you actually listen to them. The other thing is, when you're doing an activity that says cambiar, it means to change. Cambiar means to change. I put a note in your activities about this, so make sure you read the notes I add. When you have an activity that says cambiar, it means you have to change something. In a recent situation, you had to change the endings of the verbs. So if you read, I eat hamburgers, yo como las hamburguesas, and then it said the verb Marta, or the noun Marta, you're supposed to change it to say Marta eats hamburgers. So you're not going to say Marta como hamburguesas, because that means Marta, I eat hamburgers. You actually have to change the ending of the verb. See, usted, él, ella. If the subject is you, he, or she, the ending changes. This is an inflective language, so that means the ending of the verb will change according to the subject. So it would be, instead of yo como hamburguesas, I eat hamburgers, you're going to say Marta come hamburguesas. So now you can see this is a big, important structure to learn. Have to do it in order to master the language, be able to communicate and actually have meaning to your words. So como, I eat. Come, he eats, she eats, you eat, if you're using the formal usted for you. These are very important. If you need to review, see, it tells you, flip back to page 52. That's the first place you learn this. That was with the AR verbs. This is ER-IR. There's only 3 specific categories of verb endings in Spanish, and this completes all 3 of them. You've learned AR, now ER, and IR. Noticing that the ER and the IR verbs are exactly the same except in the we form. So if you want to say we eat, comemos. You want to say we write, escribimos. Escribimos. Hear the difference in the vowel. Comemos, escribimos. Make sure you work on your vowels. Vowels are important in Spanish because they convey meaning. The difference between we eat, ER verbs, We write IR verbs. Comemos, escribimos. Use these pages to help you as you are completing your activities. You're always welcome to open your textbook. I encourage you to do so as you're working through these. And please let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or you're stuck on anything. Overall, you're doing a really good job, and your grades reflect that. We're over halfway through, so congratulations.